Greetings, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in and welcome to another edition of Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay. We have a very special guest this evening. Her name is Nikea Berry. I can't wait. But nonetheless, let's get into this episode. So this is episode number 23, and it's entitled Healing Hands. Hands That Heal. Hands That Heal. Health benefits of massage therapy for barbers and stylists. This is a first. I am looking to do more of these health podcasts as it relates to how barbers and stylists can benefit from it. I do utilize her services personally, so I know how effective they can be, along with the tips and different things that she's provided. She's in her studio this evening, if I'm not mistaken. She's going to bring that info to us, but it is called, gosh, I'm so excited. Y'all, please forgive me. It's Hands That Heal, Health Benefits of Massage Therapy for Barbers and Stylists. In this powerful episode of Female Barber Stylist Talk with Yah-Tay, Female Barber Stylist, Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay, I sit down with licensed massage therapist Nikea Berry to talk about real health benefits of massage therapy for beauty professionals like ourselves. From tight shoulders to aching backs, this conversation is about healing the hands that provide services. So whether you're standing behind the chair at the shampoo bowl or behind the clippers, holding them clippers, y'all know how it is. Like this here. No, I'm just kidding. I do that sometimes. I find myself tensed up like that. This one's for you. So let's welcome Nikea Berry. And let me pull this out, get her on. And all right, y'all, we got Miss Nikea Berry with us of A Touch of Love Massage Therapy. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, share. Can you hear us? Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I'm excited about this episode. As I was sharing with the audience, there are real health benefits to having massage therapy done. I've been a patient of yours. I know the benefits of it. Yes, so I'm personally excited about it, and I'm looking forward to you sharing some modalities, some whatever you can share with us as it relates to the barber and beauty industry, or just in general, how your services and not just yours in particular, but how massage therapy as a whole can benefit stylists, barbers, or anybody for that matter who does work that needs it. So here we are. We have Miss Nikea Berry. Please share with us who you are, where you're from, how you got started, because I do have some questions, but I'm going to let you share with us how you got into it, what draw you to it. Just kind of let us in.
Right. Well, again, I am Nikea Berry. I am owner operator of Touch of Love Massage Services. I've been in business. I established Touch of Love Massage in 2018, right after graduating from Southeastern Institute. And that is in Columbia, South Carolina, which I am born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
I am a native of the town, and I love it here. I plan on always being here. But I did attend Southeastern, and I graduated in 2017. Um, upon graduating, I knew I wanted to be able to have my own business.
Uh-huh.
I did love the flexibility of having a massage license to where I could be an employee and work and help out within the community, and then I could also build on my own. So that
Okay.
was great significance to becoming a massage therapist. I love the flexibility with me being able to do things on my own as well. So
Okay.
that is exactly what I did as soon as I graduated. You know, I started, I knew I already had my name and I knew what I wanted it to be. So I set off and I always worked as well. So chiropractic really gave me a good start with massage therapy after graduating because I worked for a few different chiropractors. So it gave me a great insight on massage, especially on the medical side. And so I would work at the chiropractic office and always promote my business on the side. And that,
Wow.
but it took about 4 years, 5 years, even going
Mhm.
COVID, getting through all of that, the ups and downs that we all went through COVID. But
Right.
here I am able to say that I'm full time within Touch of Love Massage Services. So
Wow.
get my full focus at this time. So I'm excited and happy and blessed for that.
Yeah. That's quite some time. So you say 2018?
Hmm.
So in just a few short years, you're gonna be looking at a decade in just a few short, literally a couple years.
It don't even seem that long.
I was just gonna ask you, does it seem like it's been that long? I guess when you're doing something you love, which is hence the name A Touch of Love Massage Therapy, the time just really it really rolls and it yeah, wow. Almost 10 years. And I want to say, y'all, I'm a witness to the treatment. I've been seeing Nikea since November. And I have a lot of concerns, a lot of issues, but she's been very professional. She's showed me a lot of different modalities to support me. Um, I work in tangent with the chiropractor, so the beauty about her background with a chiropractor, it's like when I go see my chiropractor and then I come in to see her, it's seamless. It really is seamless because I can share with her what is taking place, what some of my challenges are, and the terminology, what needs to be done. Not only does she add her professional touch onto it, she's able to continue with what I've shared with her, what they've done to support that as well. So it's almost like you got two in one with her because she has that additional training, having worked up under a chiropractor. And like I say, for me, utilizing both services, um, I still got some work, but it's been very beneficial with my current stuff, as well as helping me to have uh, a better career as a barber stylist. So, y'all, when I say I'm a witness to her treatment, I am, and that's yeah. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, man. So my first question for you, how can regular massage therapy benefit professionals in the barber and beauty industry, especially those who are on their feet and using their hands all day, such as myself? I do try to schedule in breaks because of my plantar fasciitis and lower back and spinal conditions, but um, the shoes, the inserts, the mat. Um, what are the benefits for someone like myself or anybody in the beauty and barber industry? Since we're talking about that specifically, can you share some things with us?
Of course. Well, with massage, I like to always start with massage is the manual manipulation of muscles. Exercise is the manipulation of muscles. So the
Okay.
only difference is we're using our hands manually to activate and manipulate your muscles. So massage is very similar to exercise. So for any barber or stylist who is booked and busy, and whether you're booked and busy, you're just constantly on your feet with the type of work that you do, massage is going to benefit you because you're actually getting exercise in without actually having to go to the gym. If
Okay.
you're that busy and you're just constantly booked and you just don't have the time like you need to make it to the gym, uh,
Right.
it's definitely going to help you. And it's also a mental and a physical therapy and a health
I'm
benefit.
I'm a witness to that. It really is a mental and physical therapy. It really is. I'm sorry. I just
No, you're
yeah.
fine. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad because it sometimes it takes time with the therapy, and you
Mhm.
learn like you are, and
Yeah.
you're giving your testimony, which is great. And but massage is definitely going to benefit you. It's very preventative for one. So if you're a new barber and stylist, it is going to be at your best benefit to start immediately with your therapy so that you
Mhm.
can have that longevity and prevent the pain. But the great thing about massage is it's preventative, but it's also good for it's very great for recovery as well when it comes to
Okay.
injury and surgery. So
Okay.
if you are at the point where you don't know much about massage, but you're 5, 10, 15 years in, it is still going to be beneficial for you to go ahead and jumpstart with massage therapy. And there are other therapies as well that's going to help with your pains and discomforts and to help extend your longevity within your career. But
Okay.
massage therapy specifically is just going to be great, especially if you've worn out your hands a great deal. I know a lot of barber and stylists have carpal tunnel issues, and
Mhm.
sometimes it just creeps up on you. We don't pay attention to our pains and our symptoms, so we just wake up one day with some pain. So I would suggest if you have any of those issues to get started with massage immediately. That way you
Okay.
can get those muscles to relax.
Right.
We can give some of those nerves some ease,
Okay.
some room to
Wow.
breathe rather.
Wow. Wow. I I heard you say massage is the manual manipulation. So it's like when we exercise, this is like the hands, you're exercising the muscles with your hands versus us working out per se. So I also heard you say for those who've been in it for years, 10, 15, or whatever, it's still not too late where you can jumpstart starting to get this done so we can look at some of those concerns, those pain levels. Because like you say, many of them wake up, oh, I got this pain in my hand and my shoulder and my neck, my lower back, legs, feet. Because
Mm,
I will say I'm coming in the game a little later. So I know what it's like to protect your feet and make sure you got the right shoes on. But I see quite a few stylists and barbers. Some of them change out Crocs, heels, sometimes tennis shoes, hard bottoms. Though they look good and they stylish, um, and I go see a podiatrist, and I showed y'all my shoes in another video. But in saying that, your feet, you gotta have the right shoes because that's the foundation for your body. And if
def-
if you're standing 8 hours a day, 7 hours, some barbers work longer than that, and you're in them hard bottom shoes or those tennis shoes or whatever it is, it doesn't support it doesn't provide you with that support. So I can see what you're saying now. If you've been doing these things for that extended period of time, this is how you can jump in and help them manipulate the muscles to provide them with relief.
Yes, you
Yeah.
definitely will get some relief. Some people totally recover depending on how long or how bad the injury, is.
Uh-huh.
But for the most part, it's definitely going to prevent it from getting worse. And that's
Okay.
definitely why you want to, at any point of your pain, discomforts, or injuries, you want to
Okay.
get some type of therapy. Um,
Okay.
Even if there is no guarantee of 100% relief, you are going to definitely prevent that pain from getting worse, that injury from getting worse.
Okay. Okay. So say if somebody has been in it an extended period of time, 10, 15 years or so, what would be your recommendation in terms of how often should they come in? Because I know first you got to evaluate them. She does do a thorough evaluation. As a matter of fact, she does it all the time. But initially, with any doctor, any service that you have to do that initial consultation. So she goes through that. It's like a physical, which it is. But um, when someone is starting with you who's had years in the game, what would you suggest in terms of the time and how often?
Okay, now if you are experiencing chronic pain, meaning you've been dealing with your pain for a little while, it's ongoing, you definitely want to. We're probably going to have to get you to come in a little uh, often, and I would
Okay.
say often would be maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Now, for
Okay.
anyone who is full a healthy adult, young adult, athlete with no issues at all, they may come in once a month or every other month,
Okay.
kind of as
Okay.
needed. But
Okay.
if you've been diagnosed with anything, or you know that you've been dealing with this pain for a while, then we're
Uh-huh.
probably going to need you to come in every few weeks initially until we
Okay.
can find main. Let's see
Get
what.
where it's being managed.
Yeah, we want to manage the pain and
Okay.
kind of get a pattern. Of
Okay.
get a pattern.
Okay. Okay. All right. So if you're just in that situation, you want to come in to get what do they call it? I'm so excited about this of getting the help because I see a lot of people, you can tell when folks in pain. Remember I shared with you, I found out, sometimes when I'm braiding, like my shoulders are up like this here, and I have to be conscious. Okay, Yah-Tay, relax. You know, I
But
don't know if it's just me, but yeah.
it's
Um,
definitely because our muscles have muscle memory. So the things that we do, um, our muscles do it naturally without us even thinking about it unconsciously. That's why it's great for us to take time to relax and to do our therapies, because our
okay,
muscles will train themselves to do it naturally. So the
okay,
more you do your therapies and treat your muscles to relaxation, is going to naturally learn how to relax
okay,
without being on the table. Actually receiving the massage. It'll
okay,
start to learn how to unconsciously. You'll realize that, hey, I'm not holding my shoulders tight as much.
okay. And it's interesting you say that we do things muscle memory. I'm going through this pain treatment with the VA, and we were doing this breathing exercise where we're trying to breathe, well, learning to breathe from our diaphragm, which is where we're supposed to be breathing from. And I was doing the session last week. I was telling them that I see where I breathe from my chest, and the doctor was explaining that we pick that up, the stress level, fight or flight type thing. And we get so conditioned to do it. But she pointed out it's good that you recognize it. Now you got to learn to shift from here, chest breathing, into your diaphragm. And I'm like, it's such a challenge because I'm used to breathing from my chest. So I get what you're saying, the muscle memory. So my muscle memory with breathing is the chest breathing, which is not the proper way to breathe. So what you're saying that getting that assistance and support can help us to begin to shift the muscle memory for us, wherever that issue or concern may be. That wow, that's awesome.
And
My Go
different
ahead, go ahead.
there's so many different therapies that focus on relaxation
Uh-huh.
to get us some relief with whatever areas, whether it's sleep, pain, whatever we're dealing with. But I'm losing my track of thought.
Go ahead, go ahead. We on your time. We on your time. In the meantime, I want to say while you're thinking about that, Yah-Tay says, hello, everyone. She also says, yep, the proper technique goes a long way. It does. And thank you, Yah-Tay, for tuning in. Thank you, those of you who are joining this podcast. You have tuned in with Miss Nikea Berry, licensed massage therapist here in Columbia, South Carolina. She's a native. She's been licensed since 2018. It's almost a decade, y'all. I personally have been seeing her in addition to some other treatment since November. Her modalities, her it's been very helpful. I have some long-standing stuff, so we're working through some things, but I can say she's very professional. She knows her stuff. And it seems like every time I go, she has something else that she's feeding me, something else that she's giving me to assist, and also checking up on me. Yah-Tay, did you do such and such? How did this work for you? So she follows up with it as well. So I'm very grateful and thankful. And like she said, if you're young, you may want to figure out if you do it once a month or every other month. If you're 10, 15, years or so in the game, you want to get in, get started, figure out what's going on so you can begin to get that relief. And then you'll go on a regular maintenance or regular schedule from there until you can get the pain level to a point where it's manageable, as she's so beautifully shared with us. So I'm gonna be putting up her information. I'm trying to get this video so y'all can kind of see the inside of her space. She has a beautiful video that was done. But my next question for you, Nikea, is what are the most common physical issues you see in stylists and barbers, and how does that massage help address or prevent them?
Okay, well, some of the diagnoses that I see the most in barber stylists, it will be sciatic issue from standing, so a lot of hip radiating pain down the leg, and definitely carpal tunnel and arthritis within the arms and the wrists. So those are like two of the most common, uh,
Mhm,
I would say, for a barber and
mhm.
stylist. Definitely the wrist, though. Most of my they're definitely having problems or circulation issues within the arms, and
Okay.
massage is definitely gonna help to get the blood circulating for you, loosen up the muscles because you guys are using pretty much the same actions throughout the day. You're in the same posture most of the time.
The
So
repetitiveness, huh?
yes,
Yeah.
the repetitiveness. So we're gonna get you out of that repetitiveness, extend those muscles, and try to activate some of the muscles that you don't typically use. Just because a lot of times we think because we're working or we're standing, we're
Mhm.
actually utilizing all our muscles, but we're not. Um, we're only using a small amount of muscles and the same ones repetitively. So you're gonna
Okay.
have to, since we're not young anymore, we're not jumping around, we're not busting down in splits, we're not dancing every other day. We don't play
Right.
basketball. So we're definitely gonna have to stretch a lot.
Okay.
And that's one of the main things, massage, manipulating those muscles and range of motion is definitely going to help you guys the most. Because once you've been in that same position for 4, 5, 10 hours, you need to extend those muscles so that they don't stiffen up in those positions. And
Okay.
then eventually start to pinch nerves and just become very uncomfortable.
Okay. We can say, did we discuss footwear and the importance of them when standing on your feet all day? We haven't. I shared with them my inserts and therapeutic shoes that I wear. Um, I go see my doctor again soon. I'm gonna see if I can coordinate something where I can get my podiatrist on to talk about that, because when I was talking to him, he had a whole lot to say, and he was asking me, like Nikea, your mat, how old is your mat? Is it in good shape? Do you need two of them, one on each side, so you can have something when you're moving that chair around? And I was like, nah, I just got the one. But I plan to do more health series similar to this as it relates to barbers and stylists in general. But to answer your question, we kind of discussed it based on my footwear, but I'm looking to get a professional on to assist us with that. But thank you for asking that question. I appreciate it.
When it
Go
comes
ahead.
to the muscles and the massage therapy, when it comes to the foot, I would initially, when it comes to the muscles, you definitely want to have shoes that leave room, especially around the toes, so that you don't lose the flexibility within the toes and the strength, because they're constantly like, crammed up.
You don't want no feet and toes cramped up. Yeah.
Nowadays, we do see a lot of well-cushioned shoes, soft shoes, and it's nothing wrong with those type of shoes. It's just that you don't want to wear those constantly, because
Okay.
you want to be you want to be able to feel, you want to be grounded with your feet.
Okay.
And we have muscles within our feet, and when we have so much cushion under the shoe, we're not using those muscles.
Right.
They're not being used. They're being pampered, almost assisted. And
Okay.
when we wear those constantly, we lose some of the strength in our feet. So
Which is why you told me that I need to walk on the ground. Well, you call it grounding, where you walk on the ground so you can feel those muscles and use those muscles in your feet.
But
Yeah.
when you're injured, or like you've been in the military, a lot of military, they wear boots, and they cause
Yeah.
them foot issues. So when
Right.
you have those foot issues and those muscles aren't strong and the bones may be out of place or fractured, you definitely need that cushion
Yeah.
so that it can
Yeah.
heal. You don't want
Right.
to be pounding the ground while you have an injury, making it worse. But
Right.
when you
Right.
build your strength up, you want to continue to strengthen those muscles within your feet and be grounded a lot, so you want to balance it out.
Right. Right. I've had exercises where I have this little rolling machine that I can take. It has like little spikes on it. Hold on, I'm gonna share it with y'all because I keep it on the side of my bed. So when I get out of bed, I can roll my feet on it, because sometimes I have issues in the morning when I get up. But I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. So this is what I keep on the side of my bed. It has like little prickly things on it. So when I get up, sometimes I have like a burning sensation on the bottom of my feet, or they're numb or whatever. But I take my foot and I roll it on it like this here.
Mm-hmm.
And I press down as much as I can stand it to so that all the I can feel it on every area of my foot. But that's one thing that I use in the towel, where you try to take your toes and gather the towel as
Mm-hmm.
well. That's another. I got a couple other exercises, but and that's because I have plantar fasciitis. But there's some other exercises that I do. But I'm glad that you spoke on that in terms of being grounded. But yet, for those who have those problems, make sure that we have enough space, because my shoes are a tad bit bigger. One, the insert has to go in there, and then I have room so that my toes not bunched up. But
Mhm.
it is very important that we wear the right shoe so that we can have the longevity in the career like you've shared with us. And I tell you, I see them young. They think they're gonna be able to withstand that forever, but the body, especially when you're early in the game and you're working 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, you yeah, you're young and you think it's good, but yeah, you got to jump in. Yeah.
Yeah, your health is very important, especially, just staying physical, being fit, things of that nature as well, watching our weight. We know that's always going to play a role with our pain and discomforts. Because that weight, it definitely adjusts our posture and pull on our
Yeah.
bones and
Yeah, I
everything.
gotta get a few more pounds off me. I done put on some, but yeah, we working on that too, Miss Nikea. We can't say thank you for asking that. No problem. We appreciate it. Uh, so the second, thank you for answering those two questions. The second one is, can you talk about the connection between physical stress and mental burnout and how massage therapy plays a role in overall wellness? You kind of hint on it because you told us about it, but can you delve a little bit more into it for us, please?
Okay, so you want to know how
Physical,
the physical and the mental kind
right,
of come together when it comes to massage.
right. And the
Well,
role that massage play in the overall picture of mental, physical stress and mental burnout, or before we hit the burnout phase. Yeah.
mentally, with massage therapy, it naturally releases neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, things that naturally balance our hormones and keep us happy. Those are
Okay.
hormones. So they naturally release that through the bloodstream whenever we're massaging.
Okay.
But that's going to definitely help you mentally all the time as far as when it with massage. And it
Okay.
also plays a role with something you mentioned earlier, fight or fight
The
syndrome.
flight or fight. Okay. Flight or fight.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So when we're stressed, we automatically we go into fight or flight syndrome.
Chest
When
breathing.
yes, we go into that, and then that affects our muscles and our hormones and everything. So I like to give a little example. Like if somebody, if you're in the room, somebody jump out to scare you. If you were more relaxed at that time, like say if you were just getting out of a massage where you relax and your brain is relaxed, where you can fully think properly, you wouldn't have a reaction so frantic, I guess. Like some people when
Gotcha.
they get scared, they might slap you in the face, they might jump up, they might hurt you, anything, because they're not able to think in that very moment when you're in fight or flight. Not able
Oh.
to think. It's like a instant reaction.
React. Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
because you're so stressed.
Okay.
And then that plays a role with your posture, like you said, with your shoulders. When you're just constantly stressed and you haven't had a massage or you haven't had downtime to relax, you can't think properly. So you're gonna automatically, your muscles are gonna automatically go into those negative memories, those negative patterns. You're gonna have negative reactions, negative things to come out your mouth. You may not think
Wow.
properly before reacting to someone. They might have done something negative to you, but you're still not able to process it and think about your reaction. You're just gonna,
Before you just gonna react.
yes. And that's
Gotcha.
how the stress and the mental part plays such a role when it comes to massage, because massage is helping you to regulate your stress, keeping it at a minimum, keeping it
Gotcha.
a lot of people look at massage like it's a luxury. It can be if that's what you make it out to be, but there's so many health benefits that you receive. You definitely want to look at it differently.
Okay.
Whether you know it or not, listening to us today, I hope that you learn that you are getting a great blood flow, you are releasing dopamine, you are lowering your chances of being in fight or flight uh,
Okay.
24/7, where you're actually able to think about the things that you do before you do them. Uh,
Okay.
so that's the mental part of it, and physically wise, keeping you from getting stiff. You know, keeping your range of motion, because just like somebody who built a house, and I think I may have told you this before, and there's a swing, a door, what do they call it? A screen door or whatnot to
Yeah,
the
the screen.
house.
Right, right,
And it
right.
could be new, it could be brand new, but if nobody use it, it's still going to end up screeching and scratching and making all that noise every
Because
time
it's
you
not
open
in
it,
use.
because it has no use. It's brand new, the screws were new, everything, but nobody used it. So, you definitely have to use it to keep that range of motion, keep your muscles from getting stiff, things of that nature.
We can't say great advice, Miss Nikea. This is some great advice. I never thought about it. You did share that with me, but I was like, wow. So even if you have something and you're not using it, it's you're still
Well,
gonna have
the baby can have it, brand new legs, and if
right,
somebody make them sit down 24/7 and hinder them, they're not gonna know how to use their legs.
right,
They're gonna lose,
right.
you know.
Wow, wow. Wow. So the key is to incorporate it, not just see massage therapy as luxury, like it has been perceived in times
Well, in recent times,
in
because
recent
massage
times.
goes
Yeah.
to 3000 BCE, way before you heard of like a surgeon,
Right.
anything of that nature, especially, going back to India, 2500 BCE in China,
Right. Yeah.
um,
You're
then
right.
to the United States, to the USA, to about what, maybe the 60s,
Uh-huh.
somewhere in around there. Well, no, I'm gonna say the 1800s, somewhere in around there. But they changed the name. We first started out as medical rubbers, then it went to masseuses and masseurs, and now we're massage therapists. So,
Okay. Because it is really a therapy. It's a type of
mhm.
therapy. And because of my utilization of it, I say therapeutic massage because that's what is helping me with in conjunction with my chiropractic treatment. So a lot of times, and you check on me, Yah-Tay, how you feeling? I know that was a tough one today, but how are you feeling? Sometimes after both treatments, I have to come home in ice or heat, like you tell me, whichever one is needed, and rest because it takes a lot um out of me, especially with what we're trying to do to get me
'Cause you had a great
uh
workout. That exercises the
yeah,
manipulation of muscles and
yeah,
massage. So you had a great workout.
yeah,
We worked out muscles that you're not using on it every day,
yeah,
especially with that adjustment.
yeah,
I could see chiropractors. It goes so well with massage. Massage is connected to your bones, so the muscles ultimately pull your bones out of place. So we
right,
can flex those muscles, and then the chiropractor come in and put the bones back in place, put them back in alignment. Then now we're 100% good. So that it goes hand in hand. I do recommend people who definitely have chronic pain. You're gonna need both.
yeah.
You're gonna need both.
And I'm that one that is utilizing both because of the things that I've experience in my military career. So I'm grateful for the treatment, and I do oftentimes try to because I have them a couple times a week. I do try to coordinate a day where I see the chiropractor, and then I leave the chiropractor and go right over to come see you, so that I'm getting the treatment such as what you're sharing. And it y'all, I can't express it enough. Even though I am newly coming into the career, but I'm a lot more seasoned. I'm a lot older than many of the average barbers and stylists that come into the industry. So, like Nikea has suggested to you all, don't wait till you, and I'm saying this, don't wait till you 20, 30, 10, 15, 20 years in. Get your regimen, start seeing your chiropractor. When they give me coupons or whatnot, I'm sharing them because I personally know the benefits. But back to what I was saying, if you're new in the industry, get your regimen of chiropractic, massage therapy, regular exercising. She's even talking to me about my eating habits and the lymph nodes and all of this, the other good stuff. So it is holistic. It is very beneficial, especially if you start out young. So I'm in agreement with her in saying, young folks, start out, get your plan together and work that plan so that it can help you down the line in your career. It'll help you be able to be in it longer versus, you get in it 10, 20 years and you got to come out it from a shoulder industry or injury or wrist, sciatic or low back pain, shoulder, neck pain, or whatever it is, because you're not standing properly, you're not wearing the proper shoes, you're not exercising, whatever the case may be. So
Right.
yeah.
And I want to say something about the eating right thing that you mentioned about the lymph nodes and about the lymphatic drainage. Now, whenever you're getting a massage, you're definitely getting some lymphatic drainage within that. And that is going to help you because we all eat terrible. And I'm going to say all of us, some of you guys do great. Let me speak for myself. I do eat bad sometimes. I like to eat sweets. But we get a lot of toxins in our body. We get a lot of that in our body. And the lymphatic drainage is what's going to help detox a lot of that whenever you get a massage as well. And see the difference when it comes to your lymphatic system is different than your blood system because our blood system runs on circulatory system. It goes up and down, meaning it goes from your head to your feet back up. And it has a system that's going to pump that blood back up to your heart. But when it comes to toxins and when it comes to detox or your lymphatic system, those toxins, they land where they land. They don't have a system to push them back up so that they can detox through your lymph nodes or your kidneys. So you need to, like if you ever see old people with fat ankles, fat knees, fat elbows, that's because the toxins have just landed there and they are living there. They've resided there. So we have to, that's why it's great to sit in a recliner where you're elevating your legs. Anytime you have an injury, you want to elevate and compress because that compression and that elevation is naturally draining that toxins to where it needs to your lymph nodes so that it can detox out of the body. But we have too much toxins within us. We don't detox properly. So that's a main thing that massage helps as well when it comes to back eating.
Speaking of compression, what do you say about compression socks? Because I get them with my condition, I get them through the VA and I do wear them, especially when I'm at the barbershop, when I'm standing. I do wear them doing those times along with my shoes and inserts. So what do you say about utilizing those? I know back in the day, like my mom wore the hose, the compression hose to support her back, lower back, and her legs and stuff. But I don't hear about it now. That's like, okay, we wore slips back in the day. Now we don't wear slips. It's like that for me. But I do wear them. I do.
Socks are good because it's gonna ultimately it's trying to prevent those toxins from flowing all the way down and residing down in your ankles and your feet. Because we have lymph nodes in our legs and our knees. We have them in our growing area. And in other areas of our body, right up in our neck, below our ears, and within our chest area or auxiliary area of our arms.
We
But
can't say you're on point, Miss Nikea, dropping all this knowledge on us. And she
um,
says here too, compression socks are good in my experience. Okay, I wear them too, WK. Yeah,
I,
that's what I was asking her about them.
I would
Yeah.
never wear them, but also there are different massage tools that is
Okay.
good for lymphatic drainage. And I would say sometime in between wearing your compression socks, try to push those toxins, using those massage tools, um,
Okay.
towards the lymph nodes to where, even though we're wearing the compression socks, there's still toxins within, that's there that we don't want to remain there or settle. So you
Okay.
definitely want to have like, a few days out the week where you
Okay.
actually getting your massage, or you can do it yourself with some massage tools.
Okay. Okay. And I know you said you was gonna share some different things. I got two questions, but I'm gonna let you get into um your whatever you was gonna share with us. But before you do that, I want to bring up the chart that you sent to me. Can you tell us about this chart and what it speaks on here?
That I just wanted something that would grab people's attention, focusing on pain when it comes to massage, and not like the glitz and glams, the flowers, and making it look like a luxury. So I
Right.
wanted to grab people's attention with that part of it, and then
Okay.
also to let people know that I am focusing on the medical side of things. So if you are having issues, you can come and be assessed and actually talk to me and address all those issues to where we can actually focus on the issue
Okay.
at hand versus you just coming in, getting on the table and getting a rub down.
I
Um, and,
like how you say that, get the rub down. She focuses on the medical side of things, which brings me to let's go ahead and pop up the services. Could you share with us the services that you offer? This is a list of her services, but I'm gonna let Nikea, go and break it down and share, let us know the services that she does offer. Um,
of course, I do. Well, I'm certified in so many different modalities, but I do pretty much all of them. So, like
okay,
massage, I do hot stones, I do cupping, myofascial release, prenatal massage, couple massages. If I have people with sports and injuries, I see them as well. What else? Pretty much anything, aromatherapy,
yeah,
raindrop therapy, whatever I need to do, vibrational therapy. Um, I have the vibration plates as well. And right now I'm really trying to get certified in more tools to use within massage because I have so many clients with injuries to where pressure and friction cannot always be the option because I don't want to further injure a bone or something that may be out of place. So
okay,
taking a new class actually on this
okay.
Tuesday, to learn
Wow.
about different tools that I can use to where I'm not using so much pressure on people with injuries.
Okay, gotcha. So the addition of utilizing tools within what you do and not just always your I guess you could say physical body, your hand pressure and things like that.
Yeah,
Right?
because
Oh,
some tools that definitely help to manipulate muscles better. They can
okay.
deeper to deeper muscles. You can be more assertive, down
Okay.
with a certain tool. There's tools that's very good for different ones good for lymphatic drainage, especially in different areas of the body that we can't always assess, or move those toxins the way we need to. So
Right.
they work a lot better in certain situations.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I'm still trying to get that video up, but I can't. So y'all, what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna attach her video in the comment section. So y'all look for the video so you can see her establishment in the video. Whoever did that video did an awesome job, y'all. It's wonderful. I'm still learning how to do this here
Love
podcast
her.
stuff, but I do have it, so I will put it in the comment section. So Nikea, for the fourth question, it says, for barbers and stylists who serve others all day, what message would you give about the importance of receiving care for themselves? I know you've given it to us, but give it to us one more time. What message would you give them? We care for others like yourself. Um, what message would you give?
Well, for one, I tried to do a little research on Barber Stylist
Mhm.
before coming on your
Oh,
show,
thank you.
and I was surprised to read on some statistics that says barber stylists have like a 5-year longevity before they feel burnt out. So they may not leave the industry, but right at 5 years, they start to feel it. And with massage therapy, they always say when we hit 10 years. So I'm like, gosh, you guys are putting in some work. If if they're saying statistically, you guys are feeling it at 5.
That,
So
yeah.
that's a short amount of time. Most people are working for at least 20 years if they want to live a decent retirement or more nowadays. So to hear that alone is enough that I would say definitely get involved with your therapy.
Okay.
If you're a good stylist, because
Right.
people are going to need you and they're going to want you to be
You,
around.
you know what? With you saying that statistic, and I'm looking at it not just for barber stylists, but barbers as well, or cosmetologists. I can see that because they come in the end. This just my opinion, y'all. They come in the industry, they're young, oftentimes 17, 18, 19 years of age, 20 years old when they're coming in. So they're ready to get out there. Depending on how they see, if they're chasing clients or i.e. the money, then they're going for those long hours. They're working, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. They're working 6, 7 days a week with no break. You know, I can see how that statistic can be done. They can be burned out in 5 years. I can see that because they come out the gate, they chasing the clients, they chasing the money, or they may have someone that is pushing them. You young, you could do this. What's sleep? What's this? What's that? And in actuality, it's counterproductive for someone to to push you or kind of uh I don't want to say manipulate you in as such, but you young, you could do it. You could do it when
No
that,
game, that whole thing.
yeah, but that's where you should be setting the standard. How am I gonna take care of my body for the long haul? What things am I going to put in place that's gonna support me in being able to get past this 5-year statistic? Like you said, massage, proper footwear, a chiropractic treatment, not even just having a physical, getting a yearly physical, watching what you eat, physical activity in addition to massage therapy, watching your body movement, like you say, muscle memory. I find myself like this a lot, when I'm braiding. So what you talked about, I'm feeling it, which is, not to mention some, old injuries, some military injuries, but
Mhm.
still, you want to look at that. How do I set myself up so that I can get past this 5-year statistic? And thank you for sharing that, because that's something I did not know. I recently made a shift here after my father passed, and that whole scenario just made me look at, okay, Yah-Tay, what are you doing? What it just made me look at things differently. So as you said, that period, that's big. So y'all want to look at that. And I thank you for sharing that statistic. So she's giving us some important info that we can utilize in receiving care for ourselves on that.
And I would say also, and this is something I'm learning myself, schedule with work. I worked with a chiropractor. He's had a successful business. And I always recommend him, Dr. Carpenter with
Okay.
Lex. I don't care. He's been in business over 25 years.
Okay.
And I thought it was a luxury working with him for so many years because we would only work Monday through Thursday, and then we did half a days on Tuesdays. So really, that's not many hours. But the longevity that he has with it, because of the amount of work that he puts on his body, he knows that he needs that rest time. And it may seem like a luxury, but it's allowed him to work. And I've never seen this man miss a day of work. And he takes care of his body, but he also makes sure he's not working 7 days a week. No week. You see what I'm saying? Because he knows the work he's doing is so physical. He would not last if he did that, period.
If he did it 7. Okay. So the work we do as barbers and stylists is very physically demanding. So if a chiropractor, what's his name again? Share his name again?
Dr. Carpenter.
Dr. Carpenter. And to add to that, I go see Dr. Bigby here, and you say he's in Lexington. He's in Lexington, Dr. Carpenter. But I bring that up. He sees the benefit. He's utilizing his body. How much more with us that we physically use our body? This profession is very demanding, that we're not going to take some time off, or we're not going to do what's needed so that we can have the longevity. And here's a chiropractor, and you do that too. You take time off. You just had a vacation.
Yeah. I myself now because I'm doing it, and I'm like, okay, let me slow it down. Because when I was on my own, I was like that. The client, I want to be available, but I have to keep myself on some type of schedule and allow myself to relax and recover.
Right. I want to share this comment. So Yah-Tay says that healthy balance, work and personal time is so important. Once you burn out, that's it. It's hard to get that balance back when you are physically and mentally exhausted. So true.
Yeah.
So true. And what I'm looking at now is what you said. If the chiropractor and yourself is taking time out, and they already know what they do is physically demanding, and you say 4 days and then have a half a day off in between those 4 days, so you already have a day off, but you still got a half a day in those 4 days that you work.
And we had a 2-hour break on those 4 days, like literally. But let me tell you this. I worked there for 4 years. I never felt any pain. When I went full time on my own, that's when I started feeling it, because I was going 100 miles per hour. I never felt anything. And I told him that just last week. I was like, when I was on that pattern, on the work pattern that you had us on, I guess I was able to recover, and I would be ready to go the next week, never in any discomfort. But when I started going 6-7 days a week, that don't work.
It kind of, I won't say backfired. It just took a lot more energy from you. Wow. So you not only was trained in that system, working under him for those 4 years, but you used it. And then when you went on your own, you not only saw the benefits of having that schedule, you saw the flip side of not utilizing the schedule, or maintaining the schedule for yourself. Wow. Okay, y'all. She done dropped some knowledge on us. So if those of us in the beauty and barbering industry, I ain't talking about no other industry right now, if what we do is physically demanding and we're not taking the time, then what do we expect? What do we expect? That our body is going to keep giving and keep producing for us when we're not giving it the recovery? You always talk about, you need that recovery time, Yah-Tay. Make sure you ice, make sure you stretch, make sure you this, make sure you that. And She's right. She's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But you
Wow.
definitely doing great.
Thank you.
I mean, real good with all of your therapies, and I'm glad you able to do it because most of us, we're not even able to do it.
Yeah. And it's it like I say, because I have some old injuries that are now getting the attention, um it's very it's bringing tears to my eyes because I've waited so long to get this treatment. But in that, if I can plead with you, younger generation, it takes me time to bounce back.
Me
And
too.
because
Yeah.
of the situation that I'm in, and I have to wait to re-up. So like now, there's been a gap. Um, but in that, it's like I got to start over. But with that, what I'm trying to express is, if you young people can create a regimen of we gonna say holistic to include I'm gonna say therapeutic massage, chiropractor, proper eating, lymph node drainage, as she has so graciously shared with us, that our blood pumps but our lymphatic system, it don't drain. You have to assist it in draining and releasing toxins. So that exercise, and like she said, um, therapeutic massage or massage therapy. I call it therapeutic because it's therapeutic for me at this point. But that is the manual manipulation of the muscles. It's like working out, but manually versus physically working out. So if I can share, we got one more question for her, but if I can share anything else with the younger generation and even the older generation, but the younger generation specifically, those of you who are going through school, who are coming into the industry, get you a regular health routine together that's going to help support you in the longevity of your career. As Nikea has so graciously did the research, which I did not know, that 5 years, that's you just getting started. But in 5 years, you're burning out. Your body is burning out. And as she said with her chiropractor that she worked under for 4 years, had her on the schedule, and if they work the schedule and their work is physically demanding to support us, and they take the break, and then she's even a witness, a testimony to show where I work this, and she just told the chiropractor last week, doc, I need to get back on that schedule, because when she worked it,
I'm
it
back.
worked. When she didn't work it and went on her own and tried, you know I'm working this because she really loves what she does. And you can see it, you feel it. It is there with the knowledge, even with the knowledge that she shared, and she dropped some stuff on me. I'm like, okay, I ain't know that. But in that, please, please, please create a health regimen that's going to get you past that 5 year statistical point that
Mm,
she shared with us. 5 years, that's nothing. That's nothing.
5 years,
She got
five.
a chiropractor. She going in 10 in a couple years. It'll be 10 years. But we got the information up. Please share your location, where you are. I know it's on the flyer. I'm gonna put the flyer up again, but please share your location, where you are, how they can contact you, for services, and yeah, share that, please. One
Well,
more
my
here.
it is 1345 Garners Lane. That is on the Broad River area. I am on the medical side of things, so I do deal with insurance. So that is the plus side of me being on that side. I know it may not be the best side of town. I like to put it out there, but I do like to service my my what would I say? The underprivileged areas. I want
Okay.
there so that people have access. And then I would expand from there. But
Okay.
yeah, so 1345 Garner's Lane, Suite 203. I am appointment only, so I do like for people to contact me. But once we're acquainted, you can easily text me and we can talk and get things situated at any time.
Yeah,
But
she's very good with that, y'all. But you gotta come in for the consultation
yeah,
and get it squared away.
and I screen and I set
Yeah,
appointments. I don't do any walk-in. Most
right.
of
No
the
walk-ins,
about a week or
appointments.
two pushed out. So
Right. I want to share this comment. We can't say we definitely have to drain our lymphatic system for sure. It is so important. Our health depends on it. Yes. She also says here the 5-year plan is something I revisit every year just to see if I'm still on the track with goals. Wow. So we can use it to see if she on track with her goals. I also want to mention, please follow Nikea. Let me put up her Instagram and Facebook. She's at A Touch of Love Massage on Facebook and Instagram. Do reach out to her. As I've shared, I've utilized her services. I still utilize her services. I've been with her since November. Very, very informative. Um, she loves what she does. As you can see, she's into what she's doing so much so that she's still continuously growing her practice as well as expanding her knowledge, and she shares it with her clients. She's appointment only, but once you get in, you get set up, then you'll have that availability to text her and work out a schedule with her. Um, Very professional. Her space is well decorated. As I say, I'm going to put the link inside the comment section for wherever this is placed, so you'll get a chance to see her in action as well as see her space too. And let's see. Wike says, "Thank you, Miss Nikea, for." Wait, hold on. Let me put it up. Thank you, Miss Nikea, for your time. Let me take this down so we'll have it.
so
Yeah,
you
she say,
platform.
"Oh, no problem. Thank you, Miss Nikea, for your time and for sharing your wonderful knowledge and experience with us. I wish I lived in your area. I would have to get to your service. Too bad I live in Massachusetts." She live in Massachusetts.
Oh wow.
Look, you gonna have to come down and visit, and so you can get.
Well, I've been there a few times.
Okay. Well, I will say, I have I do it for my clients. I was gonna say, I give you a gift card on it, but I have been where I've surprised a few of my supporting clients with a gift card to her. That's how much
Well,
I
definitely
love her.
if you want to give
Yeah.
a free 1 hour to somebody within your audience, we
Uh-huh.
can do that this evening, or you can pick somebody, however you decide to do it.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
they're
Okay, we'll figure out how. I'll let you. We'll talk about it and see how you want to do that. But she is offering that. So we'll figure out how we're gonna make this happen. This is the first time offer, so I'm not sure how we'll go about doing that. If you want to follow her, follow us, share the podcast or something along those lines, so that we can get you. But you gotta live in the local area. You gotta live in the local area to redeem this here gift certificate, and I will ensure that she gets the information. So our last question, because I don't I done held on to you for a little minute, is what simple, safe self-care or stretching techniques can beauty professionals incorporate between clients to support their body long term? Is there anything that you can show us or share with us where beauty professionals, barbers and stylists, something that you can share with us that we can do in between the client, or just something in general that we can do to help us.
Well, for one, I would say, we all know the simple stretches, and I know we're in between clients, so most of the time you're going to be in the salon. So yeah, definitely, I would say,
She get on me about this, y'all. She get on me about this here.
yeah, definitely that's good for your wrist, kind of pulling
Yeah,
it back and forth and holding it.
yeah. She get
Um,
on me about that. And what
yeah,
you say, this one?
yeah, for your rhomboids and your deltoids and stuff, and then pulling back, but doing that against the wall is always good.
Okay,
So
she's
like,
showing us. Hold on, y'all.
just
Okay, we got you.
just kind of putting one arm against the wall and
Okay. And
pulling
oh,
through,
so you opening up here, the chest.
and your
And
the
okay.
pectoralis muscles. Yes.
Okay, so she said put
A
your
lot
hand
with
on
you
the
guys.
wall
This.
and you open yourself up this way. So you stretching the what? The
Your pectoralis muscle and your bicep.
okay, and your biceps. So y'all see that, right?
Right.
Hand on the wall, and you got to turn to open up because you're opening up this part here, and you alternate and do the opposite side as well. This is one thing I told y'all she showed me about, the wrist movement. I actually sleep with braces on at night, and to keep my carpals open because I have problems with the one arm going numb. But these are good stretches that she shared.
Kind of
Uh,
massage right here
yeah.
on your retinaculum. It's like a band around your wrist that holds
Uh-huh.
veins and nerves and your veins in place. And
Uh-huh.
that get really tight, that band. So if you just massage around the wrist,
Uh-huh.
it's like almost like you got like a watch or something. It goes right around that part. You want to massage in that area as well to try
Okay.
to it up some, because you're gonna feel the pain in your hands, and naturally you're gonna want to massage the hands. That's always great. But when it comes to that carpal tunnel, you're gonna want to loosen up the retinaculum. It's a
Okay.
bit around your wrist, so you want to massage here first, and then you should feel some relief within the hand.
Okay. Gotcha. Y'all got that right. She done gave us like 3 exercises to help us. Hand. What's this again?
Your pectoralis,
Okay. And then hands, pectoralis, and what was the other one you gave us?
your biceps.
The
Yeah.
bicep. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Nikea. Is there anything else that you would like to share? Any upcoming events? Anything you got going on or coming, coming up here in the near future that you want to share with us?
Well, a retreat is something that I really want to do. So I guess I
Okay.
would just I would love for you guys blessings and prayers for that, because I want to be able to put together a nice retreat for
Okay.
the community, for people to attend, to where you can
Okay.
come to a nice space and get that mental and physical therapy.
Okay. So
And
we're believing for this retreat here in the Columbia, South Carolina area. We're putting it out there, positive vibes for that. If you all are catching this, and you have you want to donate, you got resources, you got connections to help her bring this vision to pass. What is your business number? What that business number is? You got email, share the email, share the business, the link. I already put up. Hold on. Let me go back and put up this her Facebook stuff, her social media to follow her. Oh, wrong one. Let me get the right one up. Y'all reach out to her. Like I said, she's doing great work. She's connected with an awesome chiropractor, Mr. What's his name again? I ain't hear you. What? Your volume went out.
it's Lexington Spinal Care.
Okay,
Dr.
Lexington Spinal Care, Dr. Carpenter. All right. So once again, She's putting the vision out there. If you want to sponsor, resource, donate, you got connections or someone who want to support her with this, please reach out to Miss Nikea Berry. She can be found on Facebook, Instagram at A Touch of Love Massage. Please share your address again and the location for us one more time, and the phone number, your business number for us.
So it's
So we'll have it.
1345 Garners. Well, let me start over. 1345 Garners Lane, Columbia, South Carolina, 29210, Suite 203. And the number is 803-467-8671.
All right. Thank you so much, Nikea. Thank you for supporting us and providing us with this information. You all have gained some valuable gems. Therapeutic massage is a must. As she shared with us, the longevity is, look, the statistical data says 5 years. And that you just getting started in any other career. So if 5 years is the peak, then as soon as you get in, you going through school, you thinking about it, get your health plan together and include Nikea and her chiropractor and the whole team. Once again, her desire is to put together a retreat. If you know somebody that knows somebody, you got resources, you want to donate, you're interested in helping her, she's provided you with the information, just reach out to her. We're going to wish her all the best, that this come to pass. Thank you once again for your time. I'm so grateful to have you as my therapeutic massage therapist. You're truly a blessing. And it's my hope that those of you who are here locally have an opportunity to experience her professionalism as well as her service. She's great. Wike says here, thank you, ladies, so much. You are wonderful, Miss Nikea. Wishing you all the best and success with your career. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be sure to share the information with you to our folks who are watching or catching this on the replay. Thank you for taking time out of your day to replay this broadcast. Thank you to those of you who've tuned in live. We greatly appreciate it. Do like, comment, share this podcast. I'm sure there's some valuable information that the barbers and stylists anywhere, whether they be here in the U.S. or globally, can reap the benefits from this conversation. Thank you all so much. And don't forget to reach out to her. Please do. Let's help support this vision. I can't wait till it happens. I'm believing it's going to happen soon. Thank you so much. You enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to share this podcast. Thank you. Anything else before we go? Anything else you want to share? That's it. You got it.
Thank you so much to all your listeners, all your viewers, and thank you so much. Shout out to Female Barber Talk with Yah-Tay here.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And shout out to Touch of Love Massage with Miss Nikea Berry. Y'all go see her. I'm serious. Take care. See you soon.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Naturals.